What's up, everybody? Straw hats are cool, and we are back again with another video. We're finally back with tabletop gameplay, and this one is a bit of a doozy. So a bit of a long one today, but I assure you it's a good game and going to be a fun one to watch. It's a lot of back and forth, and this was the finals match in this weekend's past online regional, so I think it's going to be a good one to showcase. Queen and Croc, both decks that are showing they've got their spot in the meta. Um, I'm really enjoying the Queen deck. I think it's pretty strong, but I do also think that people just haven't quite learned how to play against it yet. So we're going to be starting off with a 6k swing there at the Crocodile. Then we're going to be playing our Doflamingo blocker to set up our draws for the following turns. So, like I said, this was a long one, so there's going to be quite a few segments that I speed up, and hopefully I have enough to talk about throughout this whole game. Did hit the tripod there, but everything still looks okay. So the whole idea of the Queen deck is you want to get your hand low so that you can start healing every turn and basically just dropping a bomb and healing. Croc can do pretty well into Queen, assuming they find their red rocks. At the time of this recording, I just got back from locals, and we did have a rematch here in round 3. Me and the blue Croc player who are playing now played in round 3, and I did lose this time. He just had multiple 10-drop Kaidos and was able to bounce my Katakuris, and was never able really to develop a board, and he had two 12k bodies on the board, so couldn't really keep up in that one, but still did finish 3-1 tonight, so not too bad there. Definitely a good player, so yeah, I think this is going to be a good game. So he did get out the Centauro to cheat out a Pacifista there. We're going to be starting with a 7k swing, and then probably just playing like a Sanji. We've got the 3000 World, which we're going to be playing. So the annoying thing about Croc is really they've got more than 4 copies of Red Rock in their deck because they're also running the Missile Sunday. So we do have to be very wary of the Missile Sunday once they start playing their Red Rocks. Kind of deters me from attacking a lot of the time because they can just get their Red Rock back and get rid of my big body, and I really need my big bodies to stick, otherwise I'm not able to continually heal each turn. I've got another Centauro there, going to be grabbing another Pacifista, just trying to build a board, which is definitely what you want to try and do against the Queen deck. You want to try and build a white board as fast as you can and swing as many times as with small numbers as you can. Reason being that Queen wants to be at a low hand size, so if you can swing a lot of small numbers, we've only got so much hand we can play with, and yeah, we can get blockers out of life, but then we have to start using the blockers on small attacks, and it's just not a good time. So we do see the first red rock there coming down. Going to be bottoming our Katakuri, which is a little annoying. Going to be setting us back for sure. We're going to see one for Kaya. Really, he is just digging for all the red rocks because he knows that that is his out to this matchup. If I can't establish my big bodies, I'm not going to be able to keep in the game. So playing the Kaya there just to try and dig for more big bodies. And we are going to see a 5k swing, which I am going to take. No trigger there. And he's going to be passing back to me. So we're at 2 life now, and we are at the 10 Dawn now, so we can just start playing our big bodies every turn, assuming we can draw into them appropriately. It does look like I have 5 cards in hand, so I'm not going to be able to heal this turn yet. We are going to start with a 5k swing, which he will take. And then we're going to, looks like, pay 3 for another Dofi, just rearrange those top cards and see what we've got in there. So maybe another 3 for a pound, and then 4 for a Sanji. So just dumping a lot of cards out of our hand, got a lot of blockers now. So it's going to be hard for our opponent to get through this, and now our hand's low enough that we can start stringing together big bodies. They do see a Kaido here there, so they're going to be bouncing the Pound and the Sanji, and then they're going to be swinging 5. So I think it's just going to counter with the Pound there. And then my opponent will be swinging with their 6, which I will counter with a Kaya. So now I believe I've got 3 cards in hand, so if I can play a big body, I will be able to heal this turn. Looks like we've just got the red rock though, so just as good. And then we can swing a 5 there, which he will also take. And we're going to rest 4 to play the Sanji back down. So we've got only 1 card in hand now. We have set up our draws, so we are hopefully going to be able to start healing every turn and playing a big body and just putting a lot of pressure on our opponent, controlling their board. We do see the Croc player playing the Pilaf. I do believe that since this video, the Croc player is not playing the Pilaf in his deck anymore. So we are going to take that hit. He's going to swing 6. I do think I take that one as well. I do think I go down to 0 here. Maybe not. Looks like I am going to choose to block that one. And then looks like he's got quite a bit of Dawn left. Gonna see the 3000 Worlds on the Sanji. And then we're going to see the Missile Sunday come down. So we know he's got the red rock, so the Missile Sunday is definitely an annoying card. We don't want him to be able to get the red rock back, so we'll see what we do. We are going to play the Katakuri to put the Missile Sunday in life. Now we can start healing. So we do have 2 cards in hand and 1 in life. So we are able to heal back up to 2 now. Our Croc players still at 4 life because we've given them quite a bit of life too. But Queen's really just trying to play the long game and build a bigger board. So they did have the second red rock there and are going to be sending yet another Katakuri to the bottom of our deck. Now they've still got 4 Dawn left to play with and 2 attackers. So I've got 2 cards in hand. They're going to be swinging 7. I'm going to take that one. And then they're going to be swinging 8. And I might take that one as well. I feel like I did go down to 0 at one point in this game. So yeah, I do take that one. No trigger. So I have not seen any triggers yet, if I'm remembering right. I don't think we've seen any. And they are going to be bouncing our Doflamingo back with their leader effect. So speeding this segment up a little as we're getting ready to do some stuff here. We're going to play the Yamato to pop the Pacifista and heal. And then we still got 1 Dawn left, though I don't know if we were what our hand's at. I don't think we're low enough to heal. We do not look to be. Looks like we've got 4, maybe 5. So we are going to be swinging 6, and then we'll take that one, and we do not get the heal there because it looks like we've got, I can't tell if that's 4 or 5 cards, but if we've got 4 cards in hand and 1 life, we are not able to heal. And I wasn't able to heal before I played the Yamato because I didn't have a big body out yet, so no way to get around that. We're going to see the Sogeking coming out. Again, probably just digging for more red rocks. And they do get to filter or bounce the Kaya back into their hands so they can filter more if they choose to. They're going to be pitching a Mihawk and one of the Pacifista there. Got 3 Dawn left to play with, so they could swing at us. They're just going to be swinging 5. And here I do think I end up countering with 2 cards because I want my hand low enough that I can really start healing every turn. So that is a thing you will do from time to time with Queen, is you will over counter so that your hand and life are low enough that you can continue to heal. Because you do have to take into consideration that you'll be drawing. If you're playing something like Yamato, you're also going to be healing. So there is quite a bit you have to think about when it comes to how many cards are in your hand when you're playing Queen. So we're untapped now with our 10 Dawn. We do have a Yamato on board. So we're going to be resting 9 for a Mihawk, which will be bottoming that Sogeking, as it is able to hit it at a 7 cost. And then now we're able to use our leader effect to heal. And then we're going to be swinging 9 with Yamato. So back up to 2 now. So we've gone from 0 to 2. Our opponent has only used 2 red rocks at this point. So we might end up, and they do have a third one there. So they are going to be bottoming the Mihawk. Probably not going to be able to clear the Yamato here, as they've only got 4 Dawn left, and I do have cards in hand. So if they try to swing 9, I'll probably be able to counter out of that. I do swing 6, and I am going to counter that. They do, unfortunately for us, have another Miss All Sunday, which is quite obnoxious, as again, they do have red rocks in their trash, so if I attack, they're just going to block, regardless of what I'm swinging, so that they can grab that red rock back. So we do have another Katakuri though, and we're going to be sending yet another Missile Sunday into their life. And then we're going to swing a 7, and I believe we do get to heal. Yep. So we're going to be healing back up to 3 now. They are going to take the Sentomaru from their life. And then I end up not attacking with the Yamato here, because I don't want them just piling up and swinging into the Yamato. So it looks like they've got the 4th red rock there, so they are going to be bottoming our Yamato. Guess we should have swung with it while we had the chance. So a bit of a misplay from me, though I didn't want them to get the Missile Sunday back yet, as they would have been able to, then they would have been able to red rock and play a Missile Sunday. So it looks like they did tap 1 extra Dawn there, but that is all 4 red rocks now. So as long as we're able to prevent our opponent from getting to recur the red rock with Missile Sunday, we don't have to worry about that anymore. But there are 2 Missile Sundays in their life, and probably 2 more in the deck. So gonna have to watch out for that. You have another Doflamingo, so we can set up our next 5 draws and heals. So we've got 2 cards in hand. I'm going to be reordering those, and then we've got 3 life, so we can just play a card here and then heal again, which is probably what we're going to do. We do have a Pound. Pound's pretty good, because if they play the Missile Sunday, we can kind of just wait for them to attack so that we can put the Miss All Sunday in with the Pounds on KO effect. So they are going to be double 2K'ing out of the 8 and then taking the 9. So unfortunately, we do have to try and win the game at some point, so we are going to have to give them one of those Missile Sundays. But that does mean they probably won't be playing anything more than 7 Dawn, because they're going to want to leave 3 for the Missile Sunday. So they're going to be using the Sentomaru. May see a blocker come out here, or just another 6K beater. But I feel like at this point in the game, they're probably going to want to find the blocker, which is what we're going to see. They've got the blocker coming down there. Gonna see what else they've got cooking. So that only cost them 3 Dawn. We're probably going to see 3 for all Sundays. So they're going to be swinging 9 at the Katakuri. I think we might have a 2K in hand. I can't remember. This was recorded a couple weeks ago. Thinking about using the Pound. This was recorded right before I went to the Knoxville Regional, where I did manage to go 7-2 with Queen. So we do have the 2K there, so we're going to be countering out with Beige. And then we do see, of course, the Missile Sunday coming back out. So now we're in an interesting spot. I might just end up... well, we've got another Katakuri. So I think we've seen all 4 Katakuris at this point. So we are going to be swinging 6 and healing up to 4 now. And then we're going to swing 9. And they're going to get the Missile Sunday back. So didn't really develop anything there, but we did get we developed board. We didn't get get them down any further on life, as we basically just healed them to where they were and hit them. But we did get 1 card out of their hand, as they did counter the first 6K swing. So we're going to see another use of the Sentomaru effect. It should be running out of Pacifistas. I think they've played 3 or 4 of the vanilla. That's going to be 2 blockers now. So I imagine they're running out of pacifistas, though we definitely did send one back to the bottom, so uh, that is kind of the downside of the bottom deck effects. You do bypass on KO effects. However, we're not. We do put things back in the deck, so something like Sentamaru can get multiple uses. They're swinging at my Katakuri, which I do decide to block. I think this might have been a mistake. I probably should have just let the Katakuri go, I think, because now they're going to bounce the pound. And they're still going to be able to clear it, as they can just put some Dawn on Sentamaru or one of their blockers and clear it, which is what they're doing here. So after I block with the first one, they can bounce the second one, and then just swing into it because I have no cards in hand. We are at 5 life, though, which is more than I started with, which is kind of funny. So not able to heal now. We do have a Sogeking, so we're going to be bouncing one of the blockers as they don't have counters, so they're a little more awkward. And probably see our opponent end up just playing it again from hand, as it's a dead card in hand. I do end up pitching the Pound and a Sanji there off of the Sogeking, which might seem a little weird, but I do believe I drew a Red Rock off of the Sogeking, and so I'm going to keep that Red Rock in my hand just in case they top something big, maybe like a Mihawk to bottom my Sogeking like I did to theirs. So we see what our opponent does here. That actually they would not be able to play the Mihawk because they are only on 8 Dawn because of the use of the leader effect on the previous turn. So we're going to see 2 blockers come down, one of which is that Miss All Sunday, which we're going to have to try and get around. At some point, we're probably just going to have to attack and give it back. But we do end up using the Red Rock on the Miss All Sunday just to deny them that Red Rock. So a Red Rock to deny a Red Rock. I suppose that's fair use. I have a Brule in hand, which it looks like I'm thinking I'm probably going to play this turn. I think, if I'm remembering right, I choose not to attack with the Sogeking, which I definitely think was a mistake. I don't know why I wouldn't attack with the Sogeking there. Just gets cards out of their hands, and it's not a huge body. If they want to swing into that rather than my life, I think that's fine. And they are just going to end up Mihawking the Sogeking, so I definitely got punished for that one. I think maybe I just wasn't wanting to give them another Miss All Sunday was the thought process there. But we're going to see a 3,000 Worlds on one of the Pacifista. And I think I probably should have just held on to it there. That way, when I attack into them and they get me Miss All Sunday, I can 3,000 Worlds that on the following turn. I'm not really in jeopardy of dying at this point, as I've got 5 life right now. I don't have any hands, so I am kind of at the mercy of my life. Though I stacked my life with, or not my life, my draws with Doflamingo, so in turn I was able to heal some good cards into my life. So I've probably got a couple like Sanjis, Brules, Boas in there, potentially even like a Red Rock or something of that nature. So they are going to just be beating out that blocker that we bottom decked with the Sentamaru. So again, I think maybe I should have just opted to keep the 3,000 Worlds in hand so that I could use it on the Miss All Sunday, which is coming down yet again. So I don't know how many times that Miss All Sunday has been played, but they have not gotten to use it yet to recur a Red Rock. So we are just passing here. We don't want our opponent to be able to recur that Red Rock, and we don't have anything to play. Oh, yeah, so we do end up triggering the Sanji, discarding our Kaya from hand. So again, back down to 0 cards in hand. Might have been a bit of a ballsy move from me, but again, I've still got 4 life. I wasn't really afraid of dying here. And we've got the Brule, which I do believe I put there. And then opponent's going to be passing back to us. We got 1 card in hand. I think here I'm debating just swinging and letting them get the red rock back. So that is what we do, and they are just going to block that 6. Because if they don't, I can just choose to not attack again, and then I just got a card out of their hand. So I think what I do here now is I swing big at the Mihawk, hoping that maybe they'll give me cards for it, and then I can just start going for life, because they've got no life left at this point. Once I can get through the blockers, I should be kind of safe to start. Well, I mean, I will just be able to go for game at that point. But they do choose to block, so I just end up swinging 9 with a Sanji, because again, this either forces a block or what is that, 5k encounter out of their hand. So gonna force quite a few cards out of their hand if they do decide to go that route, which they think about doing and then end up deciding not to do. This was just kind of a practice game. It was not like there was anything on the line here, so we did let him take back the counter there, as this was, like I said, we did these games before Knoxville. It's just kind of a means of practicing for the event. So he did get the red rock back, so he's going to bottom the Katakuri. And then we'll probably see him start going after the Sanji now, which is fine. So they are going to be swinging into the Sanji. If I do end up countering out, I don't know if that was the move, though. They do end up just 3,000 worldsing the Sanji. So all we've got left on board right now is the Brule, which he's going to be bouncing back to our hand with his leader effect, just to deny us any board presence. So it does mean he won't be able to play anything above an 8 cost next turn. So I do end up playing the Kaya just to dig for something more playable. And unfortunately, it does mean I have to, I'm not able to, I'll have no hand again because the Kaya draw 2, trash 2. So with 3 cards in hand, I only get to keep 1 of them. We did get the Mihawk though, and we did choose to bottom the Pacifista. In hindsight, I think that was also a mistake. I should have gone after the Centauro, because again, we're putting the Pacifista into deck, so they are just able to cheat it out with the Centauro. But I think my mindset there was that because they Dawn minus, it was another 3 Dawn commitment, so they wouldn't really be able to do anything else. And they need to get the blocker out because they've not really got anything else on board, and their hand's getting pretty thin. So I think that was the mindset. Unfortunately, they do have another Missile Sunday, which is a bit awkward for us, and they are going to swing with the Centauro now, so I do let them again kind of take that back and swing with their Centauro before passing. So we've got 2 cards in hand and 2 life at this point. So back down to 2, all the way up from 5. So I mean, this has been like 9 life for us at least. I think probably 10 because of how many times we've healed. So we do swing 6, start by swinging 6 at the Centauro, which they are going to let go. And they don't choose to block yet. So we're going to be playing the Yamato to blow it up and then swing 9. So this is either going to force the block or again 5k encounter out of our opponent's hand, as they've not got any life left at this point. And if they block, I feel like they're basically just they're done at that point. They do get a red rock back, but we've got another big body on the board. We'll have Leader to swing with, so it is not looking good for the Croc player at this point. despite the fact that they will, in fact, be able to play their 6th red rock of the game. So I think we've solidified a pretty solid position for ourselves. They're still kind of debating on whether or not they should counter out of this hit or block. And they only had 1 2K, so they are going to have to give me 4 cards to get out of that. And we do know that the last card in hand is a red rock. So we're just going to pass back over. So they're kind of at the mercy of their top deck, though we probably will for sure see the red rock coming down. So they do have the red rock. And then don't know what that last card was. Looks like it might have been another Miss All Sunday, which is pretty funny. They're going to be swinging 6, 2K out of, and then they are going to be playing another Miss All Sunday there. But it does not matter, as we had a Yamato, so that is going to wrap things up. And that is going to be the game. So, like I said, that was a bit of a doozy, but appreciate you sticking with me and watching till the end. This is already a long video, so I'm going to wrap things up there, but thank you as always for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.